Good morning, viewers. You're watching Republic TV and my name is Kriti Mehta. Welcome to today's edition of A Quick Morning, where we delve into the latest news and updates from across the country and around the world to set the tone for your day. Stay tuned as Republic TV brings you the ground realities from Kashmir to Maharashtra, and that's not all. We'll also be bringing you the latest updates from the realms of business, sports and entertainment in our jam-packed line-up for this morning. So let's kickstart today's Mega News Day here on Republic, as always, with the nation first this quick morning. A terrorist was killed in an ongoing encounter between security forces and terrorists in the Sopore area of Baramulla district of North Kashmir on Saturday. The identity of the slain terrorist has not yet been disclosed. According to reports, the encounter began after intelligence input confirmed the presence of terrorists in the Rampora Sopore area. Now, in response, security forces, including the Army's 22 Rashtriya Rifles, Sopore's Special Operations Group, and the 179th Battalion of the CRPF, swiftly launched a search operation. This marks the second gunfight in the region in the past 24 hours. On Friday, 2 terrorists were killed in separate encounters in the Sangipura area of Sopore. Authorities have stated that the operation is still underway and further details will be shared once the area is fully secured. Moving on, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath voiced strong opinions on the ongoing Supreme Court hearing regarding the status of Aligarh Muslim University. Speaking to a gathering, Chief Minister Adityanath questioned the justification for granting the minority status to AMU. He argued that since AMU is financed by taxpayers' money, it should not offer exclusive benefits to a single community while disregarding constitutionally mandated reservations for marginalized groups such as SCs, STs and OBCs. He expressed a concern over the fact that AMU, despite receiving public funding, does not provide any reservations for SCs, STs and OBCs, but instead attempts to implement its own 50% reservation for Muslims. The Chief Minister also highlighted that the Indian Constitution assures the rights of these marginalized communities through reservations in line with the recommendations of the Mandal Commission report.
आज याद करिए, ये कैसे हो सकता है कि भारत के संसाधनों से पलने वाला, भारत की जनता के टैक्स से चलने वाला एक ऐसा संस्थान जो अनुसूचित जाति, जनजाति और पिछड़ी जाति के लोगों को कोई आरक्षण नहीं देता है, लेकिन वहां पर मुसलमानों के 50% आरक्षण की व्यवस्था वे लोग अपने स्वयं के माध्यम से करने का प्रयास करते हैं.
And Union Home Minister Amit Shah is set to launch the Bharatiya Janata Party's election manifesto, the Sankalp Patra, for the upcoming Maharashtra Assembly election today. The launch marks a key moment in the intense election race as political parties across the state ramp up their campaigns. In contrast, the Congress has already unveiled its manifesto, pledging 5 major guarantees for the people of Maharashtra. The promises include Rs 3,000 per month for women, free bus travel for women and girls under the Mahalakshmi Yojana, and loan waivers of up to Rs 3 lakh for farmers, with an additional Rs 50,000 incentive for those who regularly repay their loans. The Congress also advocates for a caste-based census, the removal of the 50% cap on reservation, and expanded health benefits, including free medicines, along with financial assistance of up to Rs 4,000 per month for the unemployed youth. And in a statement that hints at political potential shifts in the post-election power dynamics, Deputy Chief Minister and NCP leader Ajit Pawar responded to remarks attributed to Union Home Minister Amit Shah regarding the chief ministership in Maharashtra. At a public event, Pawar addressed reports suggesting that during a party meeting, Shah had indicated that Devendra Fadnavis would be appointed chief minister if BJP secures a victory in the upcoming state election. Pawar acknowledged Shah's rights to express his party's views, stating it was acceptable for Shah to make such a statement given that it was his party's internal matter. However, Pawar emphasized the fluid nature of post-election decisions, particularly regarding alliances and leadership. He pointed out that after the elections, the elected members of the legislative assemblies would come together for discussions, and the decision on who would become the chief minister would be made based on a collective agreement. He stressed the importance of consultations and consensus among the winning MLAs in determining the future leadership. Ahead of the Maharashtra Assembly election, Maharashtra Navnirman Sena Chief Raj Thackeray announced that his party would remove loudspeakers from mosques if voted to power. At a rally, Thackeray criticized the use of loudspeakers for the azan, claiming they cause disturbances for the public. He emphasized that if the loudspeakers were not removed voluntarily, MNS would take action, referencing his past protests against their use. Thackeray also stated that if his party comes to power, it would ensure the removal of loudspeakers causing disruptions not only from mosques but also from temples if they are misused. His statement has reignited the debate over the use of loudspeakers for religious purposes in Maharashtra, with Thackeray framing the issue as one of the maintaining public peace and order. And Defense Minister Rajnath Singh has expressed serious concerns about the changing demographics in Jharkhand, linking the decline in the state's tribal population to the presence of illegal intruders. Speaking at a public event, Rajnath Singh raised pointed questions about the significant reduction in the tribal population in the state, questioning the leadership of Jharkhand, including the Congress and the Rashtra Janata Dal, over the issue. He highlighted that while tribals once made up 52% of the state's population, their numbers have now dropped to just 28%. Singh emphasized the need for accountability from the ruling coalition, stressing that illegal immigration has negatively affected the demographic balance and urging state leaders to protect the interests of the indigenous people.
अवैध घुसपैठी है झारखंड में प्रवेश कर चुके हैं। मैं झारखंड मुक्ति मोर्चा के नेताओं से पूछना चाहता हूं, कांग्रेस के नेताओं से पूछना चाहता हूं, आरजेडी के नेताओं से पूछना चाहता हूं, लालू जी आप भी बताइए क्या कारण है हमारे झारखंड में जहां पर 52%, 52% जहां पर आदिवासी थे, आज उनकी संख्या घटकर 28% क्यों हो गई?
Viewers, tracking the top business stories for the day. Now we bring you the latest updates on India's economic landscape, from fluctuations in oil prices to significant developments in bilateral trade relations. Stay tuned as we delve into the key highlights shaping the business world today. Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri defended India's continued oil imports from Russia, asserting that the country's decision has played a critical role in stabilizing global oil prices. Speaking in a recent social media post, Puri clarified that if India had not sourced oil from Russia, global oil prices would have surged significantly, exacerbating energy shortages and economic challenges worldwide. He underscored that while some countries criticize India's energy trade with Russia, they fail to recognize the broader benefits of India's actions, which have helped to keep oil prices more affordable on the global market. Puri further emphasized that under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership, India has skillfully navigated the complex energy trilemma of availability, affordability, and sustainability. Unlike many nations struggling with soaring energy costs and shortages, India has managed to secure reliable energy supplies without burdening its citizens financially. And Prime Minister Modi, in an evocative tribute, shared Tata's impact across sectors and his enduring influence on India's values and industries. In a heartfelt note, Prime Minister Modi expressed the collective sadness felt across bustling cities and towns to villages, noting that Tata's absence resonates deeply with seasoned industrialists, budding entrepreneurs, and hardworking professionals. The Prime Minister lauded Tata as an inspiration to youth that symbolizes the possibility of merging success with compassion as well as humility. In a blog post on his official website, Prime Minister Modi expressed that for the youth, Shri Ratan Tata served as an inspiration, reminding them that dreams are worth pursuing and that success can go hand in hand with compassion and humility. The Prime Minister also noted that for many others, Tata embodied the finest traditions of Indian enterprise alongside a strong commitment to the values of integrity, excellence, and service. And after the victory of Donald Trump in the US election, India could benefit from any reorientation of the global supply chain away from China, as per a report from CareEdge. Now, as per the report, Trump has proposed imposing high tariffs on imports from China, which could lead to changes in global trade dynamics, creating opportunities for India. It said that India could benefit from any reorientation of the global supply chain away from China. The report also highlighted that Trump's plan, including imposing a 60% tariff on imports from China, as well as additional tariffs ranging from 10% to 20% on imports from other countries. These measures are intended to reduce the US's reliances on Chinese imports, potentially disrupting existing trade patterns. As companies look to diversify their sourcing away from China to avoid these tariffs, India could emerge as an alternative destination for manufacturing and exports, according to this report. And mining conglomerate Vedanta Limited updated its stakeholders on Friday, confirming that its demerger plans are progressing smoothly and are in their final stages. The company aims to separate its key businesses into listed entities by the end of 2025 financial year. These will include separate entities for aluminium, oil and gas, power, steel and ferrous materials and base metals. Vedanta Executive Director Arun Misra mentioned that the second half of the year would be transformative, with major growth and integration projects set to begin and scale up. The company also highlighted that a shareholder and creditor meetings are scheduled in the coming months to move the demerger process forward. China's consumer prices rose more slowly in October, while producer price deflation deepened, even as Beijing doubled down on stimulus policies to prop up its sputtering economy. China unveiled a 10 trillion yuan or roughly $1.4 trillion package on Friday to ease local government hidden debt burdens rather than directly injected money into the economy. The consumer price index edged up 0.3% last month from a year earlier, slowing from September's 0.4% rise and lowest since June. Data from the National Bureau of Statistics showed on Saturday, missing a 0.4% increase estimate. And viewers, are moving on to our international segment, where we are tracking the ground pulse of some of the biggest global headlines. Today we delve into significant developments from around the world, from diplomatic tension in the European Union to developments in the US politics. Stay tuned as we unravel the latest updates shaping the global landscape. And violence erupted in Amsterdam Thursday evening following a soccer match between Ajax and Maccabi Tel Aviv. Israeli fans were targeted by mobs of young people in what authorities believe are concentrated anti-Semitic attacks. Dutch police arrested dozens and treated several victims after the assaults, which included physical attacks and acts of vandalism. The violence broke out after tension rose in the city, fueled by online calls for violence against Jewish people. Acts of atrocities against Jewish people remain heightened due to the ongoing conflict in Gaza in parts across European cities. Witnesses reported youths on scooters hunting down Israeli fans in the city center, while police escorted some to safety. Authorities have vowed to prosecute those responsible for the attacks. The European Union's foreign policy chief on Saturday reiterated the bloc's support for Ukraine in its fight against the Russian invasion and urged for faster deliveries in getting Western weapons to Ukraine. Joseph Borrell made the comments whilst speaking alongside Ukrainian Foreign Minister Andriy Sybiha during a visit to Kyiv. Borrell also described the participation of North Korean troops in the war as worrisome. Another Kyiv official said that Ukraine's army fired artillery, at North Korean soldiers in Russia's Kursk border region. Neither claim could be independently confirmed. US, South Korean and Ukrainian intelligence assessments say up to 12,000 North Korean combat troops are being sent by Pyongyang under a pact with Moscow.
It seems that already active participation of North Korean troops in the war of aggression of Russia against Ukraine is one of the most worrisome things that has happened in the last days. This marks a globalization of the war. Who could have imagined North Korean troops fighting against Ukraine?
And Governor Tim Walz, Democrat of Minnesota, addressed supporters in his state on Friday, vowing to protect Minnesota from the most extreme elements of a second Trump administration. Walz, who was Vice President Kamala Harris's running mate, lost the election on Tuesday, rose to national prominence as governor for his progressive administration of Minnesota. He promoted his record in a 17-minute speech on Friday in Minnesota, telling supporters that he would defend the progress the state made against the Republican candidate Trump. In his remarks, Mr. Walz appeared to offer Minnesota as a liberal escape from conservative policies on abortion, immigration, guns, and climate change. Walz returned home from the presidential campaign trail to a new era of divided state government now that Republicans appear to have broken the full Democratic control. He was elected governor in 2018 and was re-elected in 2022 in an election that handed Democrats both chambers of the state legislature and helped put him on Kamala Harris's radar.
And I think most of all, and you saw it in a very deep way, people want freedom to live their lives the way they want to live them. It's not the way maybe their neighbors wouldn't want to live them the same way, but the freedom is supposed to be everybody's birthright, not because of how much money you had or where your family came from, no matter who you love or how you prayed or what you think about the issues of the day are.
And in the wake of this week's US presidential election, black students across the country were targeted with racist text messages invoking slavery, sparking investigation by federal and state agencies. The messages, which instructed recipients to board a bus to a plantation and work as slaves, were sent to school children and college students, causing widespread alarm and distress amongst the community. The FBI, along with the Federal Communications Commission and local law enforcement, is investigating the anonymous outbreak of mass tests, which appear to be a part of a coordinated effort to intimidate black Americans, particularly those who supported candidates like Harris, the nation's first black vice president. And in a surprising shift, many Arab American voters in Dearborn, Michigan turned their backs on Vice President Kamala Harris and the Democratic ticket in favor of former President Donald Trump in the 2024 election. In the Arab American stronghold of Dearborn, where nearly half of the 1,100,000 residents are of Arab descent, Trump outperformed Harris by more than 2,500 votes, marking the first time a Republican presidential candidate has won the city since 2000. The change comes after months of frustration with the Biden-Harris administration's unwavering support for Israel during the ongoing conflict in Gaza. Despite Trump's controversial record, including his travel ban targeting Muslim-majority countries, many Arab Americans, including longtime Democrats, choose to back a third-party candidate unwilling to support either major party's stance on the Middle East. And Southern California firefighters made Friday progress against a wildfire that has destroyed at least 132 structures, mostly homes. Favorable conditions are expected to persist through the weekend following 2 days of dangerous gusty winds that lead to the furor worsening. Forecasters expect light winds over the weekend that will continue to aid firefighters. Meteorologists are monitoring a weather system that could hit Southern California next week, but it is not expected to bring another round of extreme winds like earlier this week. Ventura County Sheriff James Fryhoff said Friday that 3,500 houses have been repopulated, but residents of 2,000 homes still have not been able to go back. The mountain fire started Wednesday morning in Ventura County and had grown to 32 square miles or about 83 square kilometers. It was 14% contained by Friday evening. And Canada has ended its fast-track student visa program, also known as the Student Direct Stream program, effective from November 8. The program had previously proven useful to thousands of students. The Student Direct Stream used to be a program that was launched in 2018 by the Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada. The objective of this program was to ease visa application for students from 14 countries including India, Pakistan and Vietnam. Through this program, applicants could avail study permits in a matter of weeks' time, while the standard process took approximately 2 months. The Canadian government said that ban comes amidst Canada's prerogative to strengthen program integrity and address student vulnerability while giving all students equal and fair access to the application progress and a positive academic experience. Canada has decided to do this as a means of restoring normalcy in its population numbers, as it has seen record level immigration last year, amounting to approximately 41 million people. And viewers, it's time now for a very quick break on this segment, but stay tuned as we bring you stories from the world of entertainment and sports up next here on Republic. Welcome back, viewers. It's time now to dive into the world of sports with our segment dedicated to all the exciting action-packed highlights and matchups. Keep listening to all the buzz right here on our sports segment. Indian batting stalwart Virat Kohli should not be judged on the basis of current form, and that the champion cricketer could make a powerful statement during the upcoming 5-test Border Gavaskar series given his class, feels legendary Australian player Ricky Ponting. The much-awaited series against Pat Cummins, Australia will commence in Perth of November 22, and Kohli, as always, will be a vital cog in India's scheme on things if they are to retain the prestigious trophy. Star Indian javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra roped in Jan Zelensky, now one of the greatest sports has produced, as coach to help him prepare for the upcoming season. Zelensky, 58, is widely considered the greatest javelin thrower of the modern era and is a world and Olympic champion. He also holds the record in the event. Neeraj, after becoming the first Indian athlete to win a gold at the Tokyo Olympics, finished second best at the 24 Paris Games. Italy centre-backs Riccardo Calafiori and Mattia Gabbia have been left out of Luciano Spalletti's squad for this month's Nations League matches with Belgium and France through injury. Arsenal's Calafiori suffered a knee problem in the Champions League against Shakhtar Donetsk last month, while AC Milan's Gabbia has a calf injury. Spalletti on Friday also did not include AS Roma captain Lorenzo Pellegrini, who was sent off in the 2-2 draw with Belgium last month, nor Juventus midfielder Nicolas Fagioli. And wicketkeeper batter Dhruv Jurel built a strong case for a possible Test 11 inclusion with his second successive 50, but it was not enough to prevent India A going down to Australia A by 6 wickets on the third day of the second Test and the final official test. With this defeat, India A lost the 2-match series 0-2, as the visitors had earlier lost the first unofficial test by 7 wickets at Mackay. Resuming from overnight 73 4-5, Jurel, who made a valiant 80 in the first innings, once again stood tall amid the ruins with a patient 68 of 122 balls, during which he hit 5 boundaries as well. And Samson revealed how T20I captain Surya Kumar Yadav had backed him and what message he gave him while they were playing in the Duleep Trophy. Samson said the Sky had promised to give him 7 consecutive matches to prove himself. The Indian wicketkeeper has also stated that the string of failures early in his career made him doubt his ability, but the support of captain Surya and coach Gautam Gambhir helped him. And Kylian Mbappe has once again been left out of the France squad for the upcoming UEFA Nations League match versus Israel and Italy. Mbappe missed France's previous international fixtures due to a thigh injury, but this time he is completely fine. According to reports, the Real Madrid star actually refused to be called up. Meanwhile, L'Equipe reported that Mbappe prefers to stay in Spain and not join his national team. It is further being reported that Mbappe doesn't want to be part of France anymore, at least as long as Didier Deschamps is in charge of the team. And tracking the buzz, it's time now to delve into the world of entertainment. Today, we bring you the highlights from the red carpet of linemen to the glitz of Miss Earth's crown being awarded to Australian journalist Jessica Lange. This and more as we unravel all the latest updates from our entertainment industry this morning. Billy Bob Thornton, John Hamm, Demi Moore and Ali Latta were in London Saturday night for a special screening of their new TV series Lineman. Lineman is a modern-day tale of fortune hunting in the world of oil rigs and an upstairs-downstairs story of roughnecks and wildcat billionaires fueling a boom that continues to reshape the world's climate, economies and geopolitics. Billy Bob Thornton stars as Tommy Norris, crisis executive at an oil company, while Ali Latta plays his ex-wife Angela. Billy Bob Thornton explained his desire to play the character of Tommy Norris by highlighting the complexity of his emotions. Thornton likened Tommy's situation to being like a ball inside a pinball machine, constantly moving and reacting to everything around him. A 22-year-old environmental journalist from Australia is the proud winner of the 2024 Miss Earth crown held in Manila on Saturday. Jessica Lange bested 75 candidates during the competition, expressed how deeply honored she felt by the recognition. And works from the Boy Scouts of America's art collection, including some paintings by Norman Rockwell, will go up for auction this month to help compensate tens of thousands of people, mainly men, who were sexually abused while in scouting. Barbara, who's a settlement fund trustee, highlighted that millions of young boys have gone through the scouting program, many of whom had positive experiences. However, she pointed out that 82,000 men and potentially more, as well as some women, did not share that same experience. And that's a wrap on this segment of Quick Morning, viewers. But stay tuned to Republic as we continue to bring you all the latest news and updates right here.